kind of throwing this together as part 2. I'll put them as 2 parts. First one's got what it kind of looked like before. Here's the finished product of the bush hog. This was a 3-point bush hog. Went behind a tractor, a little 5-footer. Converted it over to run on my skid steer. This is a Bobcat 743, an older one, only produces like 12 gallons per minute at about 2200 psi. So it's producing. What we ended up doing on it was added the angle from the first video all the way around, made a second frame on it because it just had that one, see right there, and that angle down the middle, and the 3-point. I would have went over here, we flipped it around, spun the gearbox. I cut that V in it right there so I get the blade to come out past it for cutting trees. Works really well. Put this pusher bar on it, some Schedule 40 pipe, weld it on there, then put the little gussets on all of them. Put this flat plate on top just to make it almost like a T with an angle below the bush hog as was originally built out of, and put the second one on top, welded it all in. Homemade skid steer bracket on the back, and then put the square tubing down to reinforce it for pushing. Weld this flat stock across here with this, made my own bracket for the power steering, or the PTO pump. That's a 540 drive motor on it. Ended up buying, I couldn't find where it sold it because this is an 1 3/4 with a shear pin set up to a 540 inch and spoke wrong, 1 3/8, sorry, to an 1 3/8 PTO 6 spline. Ended up buying this part here, took the yoke off the other one, cut it off, and then welded it together. You just gotta find your center pretty well. Actually, you gotta find it really well, but it's not that tough to do. And then torch it all out and put it together, and put the hoses on. Ended up running, skid steer was running a Pioneer style. I wanted to go to flat face anyhow. I was gonna switch all my stuff over to flat face, keep all the dirt out of it. So I couldn't find the flat face for JIC fittings. So I ended up going, and because these were pipe thread ones, so I ended up TIG welding them, cutting the other ones off, and then TIG welding these on where the other ones originally went so that they would work. And I haven't had any issues with it. Had the pipes on here, TIG weld mini pipes and hydraulic fitting ends on stuff, and never had an issue with them. So, but the little hose wrap protectors on it. This has the check valve inline, works good. Everything was from is it Supply Surplus or Surplus Center or Supply Center, something like that. If you Google it, pops up, sell all the hydraulic stuff. Relatively inexpensive in comparison to buying one. I think I got $900 in parts into it. All the metal I already had, so I'm not going to count that, plus the bush hog I already had. So just for the hydraulic stuff was about $900. But that was a bunch of other stuff too to upfit some other, all my attachments of flat face. So, but as you can see, even at the low flow, this skid steer did a good job. Just ran it through here. Probably go back over it one time, hit all the small stuff once I get a little more time. That's what it looked like, all heavy brush like that. Knocked it all down. Probably go and just run a weed whacker around the trees and pull the stuff up out of the trees and clean it all up. Kind of what I was doing over there. And then go back and flatten it out and plant grass seed and start making the yard a little bigger. But that's where it's at, converting it over. This is, like I said, it's 12 GPM. This is the smallest PTO drive motor they have, if you guys go to figure it out. It does bog down when you take out a 3-inch tree and you start to work your way down on it. It does, it bogs down, you know, but not bad. You just back up and go it again, go slow, you know. It's cheaper than buying one or going to a bigger skid steer, which I don't have. So, but other than that, works good.